I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. I am opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening. We are opening up in sweet surrender to the luminous love light of the One.
Oh, everybody make a joyful noise. Hut, hut. Everybody make a joyful noise. You know how to make a joyful noise. Just clap your hands and lift your voice. Everybody make a joyful noise. Everybody lift your voice in song. Woo! Everybody lift your voice in song. Come on, lift your voice in song. You can do it, sing along. Everybody lift your voice in song. Everybody clap on 2 and 4. Hop, hop, hop. Everybody clap on 2 and 4. Clap your hands on 2 and 4. You can do it, give it more. Everybody clap on 2 and 4. Living big for God's the way to go. Living big for God's the way to go. Living big's the way to go. You can do it, let it flow. Living big for God's the way to go. We intend to make a joyful noise. We intend to make a joyful noise. You know how to make a joyful noise. Clap your hands and lift your voice. Come on, everybody, make a joyful noise. Everybody make a joyful noise. Ahava, come on and make a joyful noise.
Yes. Woo. All right. Yes. Good morning, Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. Happy Sunday. Let's give some love to this band, yeah? Joe Chinquina, our music director, also on bass and vocals. Lauren Dechtenberg on keyboard and keyboard, vocals, and doing our reading. John Dittert on percussion. Our featured vocalist, the one and only Margot Buchanan. And of course, Mr. Jeff Watts making us all sound good. Yes, it is alive and full of energy today. So good to see so many faces here as we are celebrating our 14-year anniversary. Go Ahava! So Ahava is the Hebrew word for love. And we gather every Sunday knowing that love is always the answer. That's right. I am Reverend Rainbow, and I'm so grateful to serve as your spiritual director and welcome you here this morning. We are a conscious community committed to curiosity so that we may provide a loving space to be reminded of the truth of who we are. We are an open and affirming community, so whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual path of discovery, know that you are absolutely welcome here. If you're joining us online, thank you for being a part of our global virtual community. Please say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're tuning in from today. And make sure to hit that like, share, subscribe button. Do all the things. Even if you're in the room, we invite you to take out your phone, take pictures, videos, and post moments of inspiration throughout the service today. We also want to take a moment now to welcome anyone who may be here for the very first time. So know that your presence here makes a difference. Do we have anyone for the first time? All you have to do is raise your hand, stand, welcome. Let's give them some love. A few here and there. Great. So you may have received a connection card or a flower when you arrived. If not, one of our core council members will bring one to you now. If you didn't get one of those, just raise your hand again so they can find you. We got Ron looking for you there, right here. All right, he'll make his way to you. And we are so grateful for the many people who give of their time, their talent, and their treasure to create this wonderful community. So we want to thank all of our volunteers. If you're one of our volunteers, give yourself a little pat on the back. Otherwise, let's give them all a round of applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And volunteering is a great way to be more involved. We are looking for a couple more team members for our media team. They're the ones that are either in the booth doing the slides or the live stream on the camera. And it's a fun way to kind of be behind the scenes and help bring this experience to those of you who view online. So if you're interested in that, please let us know. And we also have always a willingness or an opening if you are willing to join our youth team. We have our hospitality team, our greeters, and many ways that you can serve this beloved community. So now is the time in service where we get to greet each other and acknowledge that we are all an expression of the one life. So I invite you now, maybe placing your hands over your heart, to turn to someone and say, thank you for being a reflection of me.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. And we have a fabulous vision and purpose here at Ahava. So I invite you now to repeat after me. We are an inclusive community.
We are an inclusive community.
Committed to global transformation.
Committed to global transformation.
Through personal evolution.
Through personal evolution.
And our purpose statement, let's do it together. Are you ready? Wake up, step up, and make a difference. That's right. And today's affirmation, I will say, and then invite you to affirm along with me. I embrace possibility in the unknown. I embrace possibility in the unknown. That's right. So now I invite you to take a deep breath. As we move into our centering song and our opening prayer this morning, which will be led by spiritual practitioner Patty Cooper.
In this place, my soul is free from the light within. I see all the joy, all the peace. Carry me. Carry me, carry me, oh, carry me. In this place,
knowing that there is only one energy, one mind, one life, one source of everything. And today I know that one is joy. I know it is harmony and love and peace and freedom. And knowing that that is the truth of the one, I know it has to be the truth of me, and it is the truth of each and every person hearing my voice right now. And I bless this day. I bless the musicians. I bless all the people who take care of our kids. I bless our beloved minister, Reverend Rainbow, and our staff minister, Reverend Cynthia. Blessings are everywhere today. And I let it be by saying, and so it is.
All the joy, all the peace, carry me, carry me, carry me, oh, carry me. Today's reading is entitled The Birth of a New Life. It is a teaching shared by Elder Dr. Dave Kersheen Jr. of the Anishinaabe Nation, who was also known by his spiritual names Nitamabit, the one who sits in front, and Nigani Aki Inini, or leading earth man. All peoples were given original instructions on how to be a human being, which describe our true identity as humans. It is the spirit in each of us that carries the memory of our original instructions and each of our specific identities, like nature itself. Whenever we hear a dream, the heart recognizes it as the truth. Dreams and visions will help guide us in how we need to move forward. We are living in a time that we need a vision of hope based on values and teachings that can set the foundation for a change of heart. The 7 sacred laws are the foundation we are to live by. These laws emanate from having the spirit of kindness. It is the spirit of these 7 animals that we call upon to teach and remind us of the 7 sacred laws, beginning with the law of respect, represented by the buffalo, love, represented by the eagle, courage, represented by the bear, honesty, represented by the sabe, or Bigfoot, wisdom, represented by the beaver, humility, represented by the wolf, and truth, represented by the turtle. When one is able to walk the spirit of these 7 sacred laws, is when one becomes truly free. It is then that one receives the full support of the universe.
The world runs fast, the spirit slow, to where we think we need to go. When we move into passing gear, the song of love is hard to hear, till everything's so loud that we're
alone with what we're missing. Listen, listen. Somewhere beneath the sea of noise, we hear the angel's whispered voice. The song is there, the words are clear, and all we need is still right here. Listen. The harmony of wings in flight, the rising of the wind at night, the breaking of the ocean waves will call the heart that's half awake. The sound of every breath we take will free us all from prison. Listen, oh, listen. Somewhere beneath the sea of noise, we hear the angel's whispered voice. The song is there, words are clear, and all we need is still right here. Listen, for all we're worth, the door to heaven is here on earth. The shouts of joy, the softest prayer, the sound of love is in the air. Voice, the song is there, words are clear, and all we need is still right here. Listen, listen, listen.
So late July 2009, we opened our doors for the first time. And I want to acknowledge and take a moment to honor those who were really part of laying the foundation for this community. For, as you know, I have been here 4 years now. I know, how does that happen? Time flies. But I haven't been here 14 years like some of you. So we want to share a little bit. I put together a slideshow with some pictures over the years and really acknowledging the vision of Reverend Sunny and her wife, Louise Talon, that said yes to moving from California back home for Reverend Sunny to open this beloved community, Ahava Center for Spiritual Living. So take a look and enjoy. Yeah, you see yourself, June and Betty. I know you do. Yes, you may want to come over. Shout out if you see yourself, right? Deb. There's Anthony. That was the first time we ever visited, just as guests, right? Heather and baby Cadence. Aww. Celebrating our 10 years. There's our core council. Candlelight service, vision board workshop. Oh, our practitioners, we have fun, y'all. Oh, and then there was COVID. Many services on Zoom. Outdoors, separated with mask on. But we still meditated. We streamed live, just a few of us here wearing our mask. Cuties, kids. I think that was when we reopened in person in 2021. Hey, community. Reverend Cynthia's celebration, pride. My ordination. Lots of laughs. Reverend Sonny's retirement dinner. And that's a wrap. Yes. So today, not only do we get to honor and celebrate our 14 years here in Lexington, we are also wrapping up our monthly theme, our series this month on playing with paradox. And we've been talking about embracing the both and, how things in our world can seem to be polar opposites, but there is magic in embracing the mystery and the unknown, in honoring both sides and realizing that there is something new to be birthed and created by holding the tension between these two seeming opposites, between these two polarities, so that a new way or a third way can be birthed. So today we are talking about the paradox mindset of embracing the both and. And I can't think of a more perfect example for my experience, and perhaps your experience as well, of being able to hold the gratitude and the love and for the vision and the leadership of Reverend Sonny, our founding minister, and hold the grief and the missing of her from her retirement and personally missing the joy and the connection that we had as co-spiritual directors. I mean, y'all, she just made me laugh all the time out of nowhere. You would never know what puns were going to come out of her mouth and when, and she would always get me, right? So it could seem like these two things, like the gratitude and the grief, but we get the opportunity to come together and to feel it all, and to know that we can also be excited for our new leadership and the new vision that is emerging and that doesn't say anything about what we're missing, right? So we don't have to pick sides or feel, sad about one thing, which then makes us afraid to be excited because will the excitement show that we're not also missing, right? It can seem like all of these things that Brene Brown calls bittersweet, right? Happy, joy, and sadness at the same time. So I am holding that paradox myself, right? The excitement, the joy of stepping into this role as your soul spiritual director and allowing Spirit to use me to allow the vision of what is seeking to be expressed and for what is to become of this community to work through me at the same time as honoring the leadership and the foundation and those of you who created the community from the ground up, and holding and honoring and holding that sacred and not making it a sacred cow. And what do I mean by that, right? We also have to be willing to change and to know that things are going to grow and shift. So how can we honor the past, be completely present with what is, not making anything good, bad, right, or wrong, and be open to what is emerging? So these themes can sometimes seem like spiritual platitudes that we talk about, but if we look at it, we can see how it is actually being applied in our everyday lives. Right here in the experience of what is occurring this year, this transition year, as our founding minister of 14 years retired, and the newness and the excitement of what is being birthed. We can hold the both and. And it requires nuance, right? We have a way that our human brain sometimes wants to just make things simple, black or white, put things in boxes and compartmentalize things. But there's nuance, and it requires a certain level of emotional intelligence to be able to navigate these polarities of a multitude of emotions. So today we get to honor where we've been and the shoulders we stand on and notice our feelings that emerge, especially as we see the pictures and tell the stories and the memories that come up. To honor that and not make it mean anything more than what it was. To notice the array of experiences and emotions that you may have as you look around. For those of you who may have been here for 14 years or 2 weeks, we have memories, we have stories, and we want to hold them lightly, like a precious stone, but not grip too tightly that we're not open for, I said stone, but I meant seed, that we're not open for this seed to bloom and to blossom, right? So we hold it. It's precious. It's sacred. And we remain open. So being grateful, the both and. And to release the tendency for the kind of common denominator, binary thinking that is so pervasive in our culture. To open up to the possibility of life, knowing that we live in a world of infinite possibility, of pure potentiality. And to paraphrase Dr. Ernest Holmes, the founder of the Science of Mind teaching, in which the center is based on, we must know that freedom from all discord can surely be attained by all. And that is what we are here for. Dr. Holmes was very good at holding this paradox mindset and living in the genius of the and instead of the tyranny of the either or. He said it is, again, I just have to say that, the wording, this was written back in the late 30s, so it may sound a little archaic, but I will slowly read it through a few times. He said, "Is a popular belief that those who practice this science of mind, are a class of people who declare that everything is perfect, when, as a matter of fact, everything in the objective experience of the race," and by that he means the collective, the race, humanity, "is not perfect. And indeed, it is far from being perfect." So what does this mean? He means that we hold and see the reality of the experience, the suffering and pain in the world, and at the same time, we have the ability to hold and to see and to know the divine perfection of humanity, the wholeness that is back of all things, living and expressing through all of us. So it doesn't mean that we tell ourselves that limitation is actually freedom, or that bondage is liberty, or that sickness is health. We do not deny the conditions or claim that our physical objective experiences are an illusion, but we do make the claim that beyond this human experience and material existence, behind this all is this process of spiritual growth and evolution that, as Emerson said, one mind common to all people, and that this one mind is perfect, is whole, is complete. And this is the very essence and nature and truth of all of us. So this teaching within itself is a paradox. To sit with, to see, to acknowledge what is occurring, and to know that that does not have to be the truth of my experience from this moment forward. We do not deny the condition, but we deny that it has any power over us from this moment forward, for we are always at choice. And there is nothing that can occur in this world of form that can hurt, harm, or hinder the purity of our heart and our spirit. For we are divine and human at the same time. And that is the tension that lives in these polarities, that if we were to merge, we could discover something new. What does it mean to walk in this world and to see the injustices, but to bring a new spiritual perspective and to raise the vibration and the consciousness of the collective experience by knowing something more and new is possible? By affirming and claiming and knowing that everyone has a right to health care, everyone has a right to freedom and access and our basic human needs. So we come to this realization that paradox is the world that we live in, and we get to know that it does not have to be the permanent condition of our experience in our world. We realize that the power lives within each of us to create anew, to build a world that works for everyone, and to truly experience the beloved community that Dr. King brought to life and envisioned. And it takes a willingness to see life and to honor all life as human and divine. Karen Armstrong says, perhaps the central paradox of this religious life is that it seeks transcendence, a dimension of existence that goes beyond our mundane lives. But that human beings can only experience this transcendent reality in earthly physical phenomenon. Therein lies the opportunity, the both and, to be fully human and fully divine. We do our spiritual work, our personal growth, our healing work right here in this mundane world of our daily lives. And doing this work isn't always easy because it's not the default way of being human. Embracing the both and means seeing that we are immersed in a culture and a society with current systems that are based on hierarchy and dominance and power and greed. So what is easy is actually just to live by the status quo and not think critically or engage any type of curiosity as to why we do the things we do, why we participate in the systems we do, why we choose to collectively uphold these systems of oppression, which are an outpicturing of our collective consciousness. And by that I mean our individual thoughts and beliefs of everyone together creates this collective consciousness that is outpicturing as the experience we see in the world today. And it's especially easy if you are one who benefits from these current systems because there's nothing provoking you to question it. Your life is working, and you may credit yourself with manifesting this experience of success or wealth and power without choosing to look at the fact that so many others are suffering under these same structures and systems, and therefore avoiding the discomfort of the cognitive dissonance that occurs when we begin to pay attention, to ask questions, to look beyond the surface, and to really get curious as to why we do the things we do, not just personally, but in the world, in our systems, in our culture. And the fact that the American dream that we have all been told is the ideal, the fact that this American dream is built on, we're talking about the foundation today, right, of our community, but if we look at it at a larger picture, this American dream is built on stolen land and is built on the backs of enslaved people to create and uphold a society that now values profits and productivity over personal freedom and fulfillment. And we must acknowledge this first in order to heal and to transform. And this is all of our work. And I know I'm bringing up complex societal concerns, and there's not a simple answer. Because we are complex and we are unique beings, and we all have various experiences, but it doesn't mean that it's not worth waking up to, getting curious about, and being open to Spirit to provide the way back to harmony. And maybe not even back, because I'm not sure if we were ever there. Allowing Spirit, besides the essence of who we are originally, is what I meant by that. I'm processing out loud, sorry, y'all. So we have to get curious, right? And be open for Spirit to provide the answers, which is this tapping on each of our hearts about what we are called to do and be and to bring in the collective evolution of the growth of our collective consciousness, such that we can create and live in, build and become and be the beloved community. So perhaps it's time that we stop just resisting what is, talking about it with, friends that are always going to say, yeah, right, preaching to the choir. But we have to extend beyond our comfort zone, move into this discomfort of the unknown, having conversations from people that we may see as a polar opposite perspective in order for a new way to emerge. Perhaps it's time we stop simply complaining or resisting what is and consider how to create a life that works for me within a world that works for everyone. Both and. The ideals of freedom and prosperity, of the American dream and the beloved community coming together. But it can only occur once we have acknowledged and healed our collective past. So this is where we breathe and notice, do we just want to fall asleep? Do we want to go back to bed? Is it too much? Is it overwhelming? Yes, and you are in this room and you showed up and you are hearing this message today because you are called to something greater. It is so much easier to simply be a cog in the wheel and to keep the machine moving forward towards this so-called American dream. And it takes something more to wake up, to step up, and to make a difference. This phrase we have been saying every Sunday for 14 years, y'all. Wake up, step up, and make a difference. This is how we embody the beloved community. And to live beyond our comfort zone, to let go of certainty and just simply going along to get along, that type of passive sleepwalking through our life living, and to embrace nuance and paradox, the unknown, uncertainty, curiosity, questioning, and keep moving forward, allowing love to lead the way and curiosity to guide us, to stretch us beyond what's comfortable. We find the and every time we release our attachment to the old paradigms and step into a new way of being. Can you think of a time in your life where you have transformed a belief, where you have perhaps changed your mind about something that you believed so strongly at one point, and then you had a new perspective or a new experience or simply a conversation with someone, and you changed your mind? It is possible. And it is possible not only in our own lives, but it is possible for our entire collective. This shows up in all aspects of our lives, in our personal relationships, in our workplace, and in our spiritual communities. Perhaps have you noticed yourself saying, or maybe even just thinking, well, that's not how they used to do it here. Or someone asks, well, why are we doing this here or that? Well, that's just the way it's always been done. Have you noticed any resistance to some of the changes? I moved the chairs, I painted the walls, y'all. You know, it's like the simple things, they push our buttons though. And no wonder if we don't have practice noticing these little moments in our lives within our own beloved community and the people that we love, no wonder we can't do it with these big issues in the world, where it's so much easier just to see, nope, you are that and I am this, and forget you, right? This work shows up everywhere. And if we pay attention, there are so many opportunities to wake up, to get curious about why things are done the way they are done, and to step up and make a difference. And guess what? You can't make a difference without changing something. Whether it's changing a way of thinking, or a way of being, or a way of doing. To make a difference requires change. And it's human nature to resist change. But that is our work. What is tapping on your heart today? What system or structure, perhaps it's something in your neighborhood, your local school, your spiritual community. What is calling you? What is yours to do, to be, to become, to allow this new vision of life to have its way through you, to stretch beyond your comfort zone and to realize it doesn't have to be an either or, but a both and. We are being called to embrace the and in everything we do as we support one another in shifting our thinking and standing in the one mind which always affirms and knows wholeness, love, peace, harmony, joy, embracing all seeming opposites and living as the one. Dr. Holmes said, life is for today. There will be no change for tomorrow unless we do the changing today. Today, we are setting in motion the power of tomorrow. Today is God's day, and we must extract from it what of life we are to live. Something new is seeking to emerge within all of us today as we create the beloved community right here at Ahava. And I'm so grateful and honored and excited to get to steward this community into its right and perfect divine expression. And I trust that you are here in the right and perfect place at the right and perfect time as well. And it begins within our own hearts and minds by embracing the values of community, the values that were shared by the reading earlier of the elders of love and respect, honesty, courage, wisdom, truth, and humility. So let's choose today to wake up, step up, and make a difference for 14 plus more years right here in Lexington, Kentucky. Yes? All right. Amen, and so it is. Let's take it into prayer. Taking a nice deep breath and just dropping into your body. Moving from the mind to the heart and allowing everything that has occurred so far this morning to be fully integrated into our experience, body, mind, soul. As we know and recognize the one life, the wholeness, the divine expression of love, of peace, of joy, of freedom. This one life that is living and moving and having its very being in each of us. So we realize right here, right now, that there is only one thing happening in, as, and through all of us. And it is from this place of oneness that I speak this word now, affirming a world that works for everyone. Knowing what is mine to do and saying yes to allowing spirit, love to guide the way, to wake up, to pay attention with love and curiosity to that which is seeking to be known, holding the both and for a new way to emerge, for the new world to emerge based on love and respect, honesty, joy, humility, courage, wisdom. Now is the time, and we are the ones. Something is stirring and moving within each of us, and together we come together, for there is this resonant energy that is attracting onto itself right here, right now, as Ahava Center for Spiritual Living, to be a beacon for evolution and change in our community. So I say yes. I say yes to Spirit using me in this way. I say yes for this community being on the leading edge, on the forefront of what is emerging in Lexington and beyond. I'm so grateful. So grateful to know that this word is fulfilled. It is already done in the mind of God, and therefore I say yes to allow it to unfold right here, right now, through each and every one of us. And letting it be, I simply release and let go and firm. And so it is. Amen. So it is. Mm-hmm. Yes.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love.
Now take a moment, turn to a neighbor and say, today I choose to wake up. Wake up. Yes. Yes. We are waking up, we are stepping up, and we are making a difference right here, y'all. All right. I just want to say that last night I had the opportunity to go to the annual meeting, wrap-up of the Kentuckians for the Commonwealth's annual meeting, and there was the amazing Reverend William Barber III of the Poor People's Campaign that was speaking, and Hannah Drake that was speaking right here down the road at the Lyric Theater, and I know some of you were there. Patty and I went. We sat next to Adam, and our guest who's about to come up, he was there as well. And I just want to say that I feel inspired, and one of the things I took away from that is that Kentucky is perfectly poised to be the place for this movement to occur. There's so much more I could say on that. I'm going to leave it at that, but I took lots of videos, and I will be posting them. Pay attention to our social media. I'll drop some links in our email this week, too, of his message last night for how right here in Kentucky, we are perfectly poised to be on the forefront of this movement towards justice for all. All right, so with that, it is the last Sunday of the month, and it is the opportunity that we get to honor a local organization that is doing good work in our community, and knowing that we also are a tithing community, so as you give, we too give to organizations in our community. So I want to invite up now Mr. Andre Wilson of Seize Your Given Opportunity to talk a little bit about his nonprofit that he's involved with and how we can support. Thank you.
Wow. I just want to say wow. I've been, like I said, I know Adam, and I'm glad he talked to the congregation, and Reverend
Rainbow, just like a real rainbow. That's my name.
I work third shift at a homeless shelter, and I still haven't woke up yet.
Oh.
And I've been corresponding with Gene Williams, I believe.
Yes, thank you, Gene.
And I didn't really know what to expect, and I think I was given 3 minutes, and I apologize. But coming here today and seeing all this love and that great message took me back to why I started, or I got a board together and did nonprofits.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about love when I was growing up. I grew up in the housing projects, a single parent, abuse, neglect, poor, roaches, and stuff. You know, I went to prison. I had a heck of a drug habit. Nothing good ever in my life. I didn't even know if God existed. I didn't know if God ever loved me. And God got me at my worst in prison. I had to do 10 years in prison. And he made a change in my heart, you know, and he showed me.
Yeah.
And when I got out of prison, most people with felonies don't have the opportunities I have. God showed me favor, and he blessed me. No, he blessed me tremendously. And I got selfish, and he took me. He said, no, you're not going to keep him blessing to yourself. He said, I want you to go out here and spread and love and show. He changed my heart. And the same prison that housed me, I was able to go back into state and federal prisons. The same homelessness that I lived on the streets in an abandoned house, I've been able to go into homeless shelters in different places and speak and give hope and stuff, you know. And I was just reason that me and my board members, Mark Johnson, Ellen Garner, Kendrick Higgins, and Andre, as you know me, came up with Seize Your Given Opportunity is because for 30 years, I've been working with adults. And now my thing is to try to get the youth. I just finished a gun violence camp with the city of Lexington. And I feel that with gun violence and all the corruption with teen pregnancy, I'm into all that stuff. And like I said, I work at the homeless shelter with runaway kids that just don't have a clue. And I want to try to reach them. I want to teach them about choices. I want to keep them out of prison. Seize Your Given Opportunity, we want to keep them out of prison. You know, we want to keep them from having so many children and making bad choices and learn how to do good choices. And I just appreciate the opportunity. And I know I just had 3 minutes. I apologize. But y'all service, wow. Y'all just made me go back. Y'all made me reflect back to where I came from and where I'm at now.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's what it's about, y'all. When we walked out of the theater last night, speaking of the youth, a handful of our youth, and I took a video I'll post later, we're standing there. They set up, they put on the music, they had a whole thing, and they started singing and performing and drumming, and they were singing, if love is the answer, what is the question? And that has been sitting with me. So I'm going to leave it with you to sit with you as well, because these youth are leading the way for us, and they are asking us, challenging us to ask different questions. Love is the answer. What is the question? Yeah. So we're going to move now into our time of conscious giving. We're going to pass a basket in the room. There's also ways you can give online. You can click the give button on our website. You can text the word give to 859-209-6996. And know that as you give this day to support the vision of Ahava, it also goes out to benefit our entire Lexington community. So I invite you to repeat after me now. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies.
Divine love as me blesses and multiplies.
All that I have and all that I give.
All that I have and all that I give.
And all that I receive.
And all that I receive.
I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava.
I joyously contribute to the vision of Ahava.
Knowing it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
Knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
And so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful. grateful.
Grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
Grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful. Grateful.
All right, so just a reminder that we have our grief support online the first Saturday of every month, led by Dr. Patty Cooper. You're standing up right on cue, even though she's doing something else. And that is open for everyone. It is a drop-in group the first Saturdays on Zoom. Our Wednesday night is still on hold for the summer. And today we are celebrating our 14th anniversary. We have a potluck after service. Please stick around. Even if you didn't bring a dish, there is always plenty. And at least get yourself some cake. We have both a vanilla cake and a chocolate cake. So there's the both and, y'all. You don't even have to choose. Yes. And with that, we're going to turn it back over some more musical inspiration for our amazing band.
I am 65, looking back on my life, wishing I knew then what I know now. I would tell myself not to worry so much. Things have an odd way of working out. If you just slow down and see, a little bit of heaven is in everyone, a little bit of heaven, like drops in the ocean. A little bit of heaven is in all we see. A little bit of heaven is in you and it's in me.
I am 65.
I would have more faith in my life than myself, make more time for family and friends.
Looking back on life,
I would take more chances and be my true self, and fall in love again and again. With everything I see, a little bit of heaven is in everyone. A little bit of heaven, like the drops in the ocean. A little bit of heaven is in all we do. A little bit of heaven is in me and it's in you. Follow my heart and live my dreams. Yeah, not care so much what people think. Yeah, and I take more time for those in need. 'Cause down deep we're all one, no separation, a reunion under the sun. A little bit of heaven is in everyone. A little bit of heaven, like the drops in the ocean. A little bit of heaven is in all we do. A little bit of heaven is in me and it's in you. A little bit of heaven is in everyone. A little bit of heaven, like drops in the ocean. A little bit of heaven is in all we see. A little bit of heaven is in you and it's in me. A beautiful, just the way you are. We celebrate your sacred face. We love you just the way you are.
You are. He's coming.
We love you just the way you are. We do.
So, yeah, clap for our youth. Yeah.
Woo!
So, Aiden's coming. He was really thirsty because we got to go enjoy each other outside and play games. And Cadence, would you? Ooh, you're so tired. You're so thirsty. Cadence, would you share our affirmation today, please?
I enjoy the company I keep.
Yeah.
So we talked about that affirmation in regards to starting school soon, in regards to our community here at Ahava. And when I asked the kids and we talked about how even here or like in our school classroom, we don't really choose the people that are there with us, but how we can learn to enjoy each other. And we talked about connecting with each other and finding finding a new kid who likes the same video game, or anyway, finding common things that we have in common. And we talked about, making new friends and how to have positive people around you coming up this school year, and just like having fun together. So
Yes.
Colleen and everybody, they picked the right tomatoes and had them for snack, and it was awesome.
All right.
And this one just accidentally fell. And I just think we had a really great day. Does anyone have anything else to say? We're good? Oh, they got back to school goodie bags. So we're going to have those for people who did not get them for their kids in the next couple of weeks. So thank you so much. What?
All
Oh,
right.
and
We got a new member of the youth group.
we just had a really good time today, and we enjoyed each other. And we hope
Yay.
everyone enjoys our potluck and hanging out together today. What?
Heather's the best teacher.
Oh, put your feet down. Don't you just love that? Oh, y'all are just too precious. All right. Oh. So a reminder that we have our licensed spiritual practitioners to support you. They are available for prayer. You can fill out a prayer request and put it in the prayer box there, or online on our website, ahavacenter.net. Also, we have Dr. Patty Cooper today here if you're like some in-person prayer. And Dr. Patty Cooper and Dr. Louise Talent also offer one-on-one spiritual coaching sessions for a fee, and that is a great way to go even deeper into the work that we are all called to do. And you can pick up their cards over there by the prayer table as well. So let us now stand if you are able and feeling called today, and repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now.
It's this thing called life.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in the both and.
Life is in the both and.
I accept it. I am it. I share it. Just the way it appears. And just the way it appears not. Thank you, life.
One, two, three, four. Let me live in a holy, holy way.
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 Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way.
Let me love 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 in a holy,
me love in a holy, holy way.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way.
I want to thank everyone for coming out today. It's great to see these seats starting to fill up again post-COVID. We still have room for more, so don't be a stranger. Come back and bring your friends. I'm going to go home and clear this frog from my throat.